Top of the morning, you beautiful people. It is Asada, and you are back for another episode of Gathering of the Griots. Yes, Tuesday morning is what we do between 7 and 9 a.m. But before we get rolling into our program, let's bring in everything in nice, strong female solution fashion. See you right after this. Peace.
Radio. Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, bonjour. In Spain, hola. In Italy, ciao. In Egypt, ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, akwaba. In Nigeria, peleo. In South Africa, sawubona. In Senegal, nangadef. In Kenya, jambo. In Israel, shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network. Call 727-731-5192. We want to talk to you.
There you have it. We are here. That's right, Gathering of the Griots. I want to say thank you for being on. This is becoming like a thing. People are like tuning into the show, calling in from other countries. And as you may know, but you may not, Gathering of the Griots is an extension of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. And, my thing is, who procures the Black stories? Who tells our story, right? Because we have a lot to say about, oh my God, they portray us so terrible on media. But I don't care about that. Let them do that. But what we're going to do is take responsibility for how we portray ourselves. And so that's what Gathering of the Griots is. Let me click. Look, some people don't know what griot means. So a griot is a storyteller. And so Gathering of the Griots is the gathering of the brothers and sisters that wrote books. And we get some other folks coming on in too that want to be a part of our world. But I want to say thank you for being here today. And this is a very special show for me, right? Because people going to say what they feel about the book fair. Oh, Lord. What if they come on and saying, you're terrible? We don't like what you do. Anyway, I ain't paying you nobody. Maybe I'm not going to say that. But today people are coming on and talking about their experience. Now, y'all got to keep in mind, we've been doing the book fair since 2016 now. So 2016, that's feeling like 8 years or something. Okay. So that's a lot. And so there have been people that have been by our side all throughout that. There are people that have been by our side for the first book fair. So let me tell you something. If a person's been around since the first book fair, they had to really trust me or think I was a good person to be a part of that first book fair because they had never seen me before. I'm coming from New York and talk about I'm a block off some blocks, and like nobody had evidence that I could actually pull that off. So the fact that it got not only pulled off, but it was just magnanimous. The first event, it was so many events in Chicago in 2016, but we still had like 3,000 people show up to the book fair. It was amazing. So today you're going to speak to people that have been involved with us in different capacities. And I'm going to keep that phone number on the bottom. Let me show you, because if you feel like you want to call into the book fair today, call into the gathering of the Griots, that phone number is there. That is 727-731-5192. Okay. So y'all can call in and say, Asada, I love you. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm not prepared for that. Don't be trying to get engaged with me on the show. Talk about I'm gonna take this opportunity. Now let me stop putting the ideas in your head. Anyway, we got good people, and I'm gonna introduce somebody that this sister just be in the world doing things. I love when people own things and they mellow with it. Like, but they got resources, they got places. This particular sister, look, when she talking about I got a book or I'm coming out with a book, I was like, what? Oh, it was like one more thing to add to her beautiful resume, right? So I'm bringing her on this morning because she said I will be there. And I love her story. I love her background. I'm bringing on my girl, Robin Bud. What's up, pretty? You on mute. You on mute. Take yourself off mute. Take yourself off mute. Yeah, girl. Yay. How
Good
are you?
morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being here with me, Mama.
You know when you ask me to do something, it's 99% chance it's gonna be yeah. I
Look.
got you.
Look, that's my now. Don't get it twisted. Let me tell you something. When you see people moving and shaking in Chicago, right? It's a lot of people. But in that backdrop, many times they be from New York. Let me just let y'all know that. I just we be here doing big things in New York, doing the big things in Chicago, but we have a little New York background. So, Robin, one, thank you for being here. I wanted you to be on because I always have admired your flow. You know what I'm saying? I like big dogs, not just that you mad feet over me, but like just big dogs in movement, right? So, can you like just give a background? This is really about your feelings of the book fair. You don't have to go into a big thing about it, but you took advantage of it, right? You took the opportunity to utilize it, and I was like, oh, because I knew you in other ways, and we'll talk about those in a minute. But how'd you come about to our world in the book fair?
Okay, so I have a business. It's called the Sanctuary, and Asada over there one day, and she said, "I'm gonna do a book fair," and I was like, "What's that gonna be about?" And she's like, "Everybody got a book inside of them," and I said, I worked on my master's thesis. I said that I wanted to publish it one day, and I think I should do it. And she was like, "No, you gonna do it. You gonna do it." And that was the beginning of the journey of getting the book done. We made some um we did a few edits on it, and we shifted some things around because that was not the original title. Of course, it was definitely more academic, and
Mm,
so I wanted it to be a little bit more practical, so people would be able to use it for their daily lives or their practices in terms of how they wanted to gather their gifts, talents, and combine those things with education and move forward for their personal happiness. Yeah.
mm. So now that's a pretty big old step there. You gonna say African centered career development? Ooh, what is that? Because it sounds good. When you said was coming out with that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm with that. So what is that exactly?
So basically, it's just taking a more Afrocentric perspective from career development. And so when we look at things, we think of things in the way that we're trained. We're trained in the European constructs. We're trained in every way in European constructs. And so utilizing an African centered perspective, which means that we are putting Africa at the center of how things benefit. We are African people, although we may be in the United States of America, we are part of the diaspora. And so those we look at how basic career development. What can I do? What's my capacity? How can I be happy? What is the impact that I want to make? Who do I want to actually touch? What are the gaps in my community? How can I fill those gaps? And so we combine that with the African centered perspective on this is what the community needs. This is where I see the gaps. This is from my community mapping and my surveying and my meeting people. This is what I know I can do. And this is the way I feel that I can be impactful and how we can all grow as a community. So that's the gist of it. Basically, it's helping connect culture, consciousness, capacity, and career development so that people can have a successful and happy career paths. There's too many of us out here in this world doing things that we really don't want to be doing. And I'm a proponent of you can do a whole lot of things, but try to do the things that make you happy. I'm doing a few things right now, and they're things that make me happy. Not just trying to get money, but trying to build skills, retool myself, um, looking at how I can utilize these things for future benefits and how they can impact the community and how I can create jobs and train people, and also how I can prepare myself for my next phase because I'm coming into my next phase. I'm 60. So
She gonna say, I'm coming to my next phase. Hey, I'm coming to and looking fine as wine. We already know that. Now, how you gonna say you said like 4 C's? You said culture, I think capacity, career development, and something else.
consciousness.
Oh yes, I love that. I love those C's. Is that
Yeah.
in your book or something? Did you just make that up?
So the 4 C's are not actually in the book. That's part of a workshop that I have been doing. I did a series for some HBCUs. I did some train the trainers, and that was part of the training process or part of the curriculum. I will probably release that curriculum or be able to do that. I'm trying to figure out right now how I can do that curriculum for people who want their children to think a different kind of way as they are approaching their collegiate years, even if they're going to go to college now, because
Mhm.
I would rethink some things now, probably. Okay.
No, talking about
So,
me money. Go ahead.
yeah. And so, to create a curriculum so that people from the community can have access. This is all about access, and preparing ourselves to create the kind of communities that we know that we need to sustain us. The kind of communities we had before integration and desegregation, the communities like Black Wall Street and others that were great for us, and we were winning. We were winning. And so, yeah, that's what this is about. Mhm.
Ain't that something? We were winning, and we really lost sight of with the winning playing. Because see, in Scientology we say you could be a game creator. That means you made the rules, right? That's what we were doing. You could be a game player. That means you could play, but you ain't make them rules though. You might not win. Or you could be a piece in the game and they move you around, or you could be a broken piece and you can't play. So this choice to be broken pieces, we play a lot of games, but they're not ours. But that game player, the one that takes it and creates the world and creates the rules, that's how I view you. You in that group. That's why you on this screen right now. Game,
Well,
game creator.
I'm
Shoot.
just a little black girl from Harlem. I make mistakes, and I've made many. But I try to not stay down too long and bounce back up, and keep it moving. And it's people like you and some other dynamic people that shake me and say, girl, okay, you messed up. Do it over, do it again, do it different. And so that's kind of, where it is right now. I am looking forward to the next 20 years, and I'm also looking forward to um, how I shape some things for my descendants. And so, I don't want my kids or my grandkids to inherit clothes and designer bags. I want them to inherit land and, property and resources. And so that's why I do what I do the way that I do it.
Mm. Now, look at this picture. Now, hold up. I'm going to show you that picture one more again. I'm going to show it big. Look at this. Tell me about this, baby, because you not only wrote the book, but then you came to the book fair. You said "Badaw," like with the banner, with the energy, with the like the energy was so great. I just love. Let me show how you. I love how you look. Look at this. Oh, you matching the book cover and everything. So tell me a little bit about that experience because this was your first time doing something like this, correct?
Absolutely my first time doing it. And I have to say that Asada helped make this process or make that process fairly streamlined. We got assistance with getting the book done. We got assistance with thinking about the tools that we would need for the day of the book fair, how you want to do your displays and things like that. We got some pointers and tips on signage and marketing, like what would be the best thing to advertise or market your book that would let's say in terms of placement in your booth and things like that. It was a beautiful day. It was really windy that day. So, we had a lot of other special dynamics going on, but at the end of the day, um, I had a super blast. I mean, it was just all the dopeness. I mean, I saw a lot of people that I knew out there that day. I had told a lot of people, um, because it was the first time, we didn't have, Asada didn't have the marketing on the side of the bus like she had last year. Okay. This was a real grassroots, um, build the griot, in the community. And it turned out really, really well. It was beyond my expectation. I just expected a few people to kind of flow through. In addition, there were, I think, two other big events going on the South Side. And so, right? So we were kind of like, oh Lord, are people even going to show up? But people, they came through. They came through. And I think the weather helped as well. It was just a really beautiful day to be outside. It was a
What?
nice day to be outside with your people. It
Yo,
was nice.
God took care of us, baby, because that was, like I said, it was the first event. And any of you that were there, that means you had a certain level of faith in me, which
Yes.
really, really I felt like so. I was like, cry about it. Because I mean, it was challenging because the event was Saturday, but Friday, I ain't had no tables, I ain't had no chairs, I ain't had no, like, how you solving this? Y'all gonna be on the floor, on the ground, selling books on the ground on some rugs or something. But anyway, it was like, it was a dynamic day and you will forever be a part of the history of that because you just are, you got the pioneers that were a part of the inaugural event. And, as best that I knew how, put them babies in genres, let people go through the blocks and they in the nonfiction block and they in the fiction block and they in the children's block and how you get Eric Roberson to come to the inaugural event, like what we doing, so it was just it was a creation of us all, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for you to take that opportunity to say, I'm gonna do my book and I'm gonna come out, and then you came out the way you came out. Great topic, beautiful book. That cover is so dope. Let's just look at that again because yo, it was I want the big version of that bad boy. So good. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what is this how'd y'all come up with this concept?
Oh, wow. I was just so happy with that concept, the front cover and the back cover. And so I think Navi is going to be on here a little bit later this morning, but Navi is the person that helped me come up with that concept. I just talked to him about some of the key components that I wanted to convey, and basically the component that I really wanted to convey is that the world is ours,
Mm-hmm.
and we can do anything we want in it. And if we recognize, um, if we if we get in tune with our spiritual self, uh, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. And so, we kind of talked it through, and then he came with what you see right there. We changed the front of it a little bit in terms of the fonts and things, but other than that, the actual picture was basically the same. I thought it was dope. I loved it.
He
Colorful,
hooked it.
kind of got that, Kundalini essence on the front.
Yeah,
It's just dope.
he
It's just
hooked
hot.
it.
It's just
Yeah,
hot.
he hooked it because it was like, even if you weren't here to describe what you just said, you can see that that tree is in that body, baby. And you go straight to roots. It didn't have to have a red, black, and green flag and the African mapping. It translates spirituality off the cuff when you look at it. And then when you see that daggone title, African Centered Career Development, see, that's what's so dope is you could tell it's something different than the regular spiel about that issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like with a briefcase. Shut up. No, we doing like you said, sky is the limit, baby. And that's all you see. You see sun, you see sky, you see roots. And yeah, what a great project, for you to embark on. And so now it's just like, I think what's your future? What's your future you want with the book?
So my future with the book, I haven't really put the level of energy into it that I wanted to over these number of years. And so, like I said, over the last about 2.5 years, I've been working with different HBCUs to do train the trainer components to implement the African centered philosophy, or the African centered career development philosophy, um, into some curriculums. And that way, it'll help our young people start thinking about how they can really be impactful. Like, you can be a millionaire and contribute to the community. A lot of people have done it, a lot of people are doing it. And this concept that those things are foreign for us, no, those things are innate for us, those things are cultural for us. And we have to recapture and reframe how we look at what is good for us. This has been a long journey just for us in general as a community. And I think some things are coming to light now, in more ways that are solidifying the fact that we need a program, and we need it quickly, and we need to start getting our young people prepared for it. And so that's basically what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm looking at doing a virtual curriculum, a virtual training. I've done some train the trainers, and I actually would like to do more work with some HBCUs because, of course, I went to Tuskegee. I'm a product of an HBCU, as are my kids. And so people always think that HBCU, oh, the blackness. But I need to remind folks that they are great environments to learn and grow in, but don't get it twisted. The majority of our board of trustees are not black. There are a whole lot of dynamics in the background that really shape, how things happen and occur on campuses. I think the good thing is that the little seed of being with a lot of kids that are like you can't ever control that. You just can't control it. And so that's the blessing. And so I want to see I want to see that flourish in that way. I want people to be able to be free. I want people to be free, plain and simple. Um, stop trying to run after the bag. Stop trying to run and get money. Um, Figure out what your passion is. You ain't always got to be in front of the camera. You ain't always got to be seen. Just
So I
get
don't.
it done and be happy. And your contentment, your happiness, how you flow and how you glow, that's what authentic people look for.
Mm, absolutely. Again, we have my man L. Ron Hubbard. I be bringing him up because he be hitting the topics. But basically, he was saying people that are looking for money, you looking for the wrong thing. You need to be looking for pro survival attention
Mm,
in a
mm.
widening sphere. He said, you'll have so much money, you have to throw it away. And so basically, focus on how are people surviving better because of you?
I
That
think
attention.
yeah, I think people and real for the real, I think people are surviving better because of me. Is because I've tried to create healthy spaces in the community. I try to be authentic wherever I go. I try to bring something positive to the circles that I sit in. I've definitely limited the circles that I sit in because, I feel like I need to be more focused. Um, I think that our health, wellness, happiness, freedom, and self expression uh, is what is going to contribute to our survival. And that's how I try to um, impact people through the sanctuary and through reminding us and reminding myself that, there is another way and that, we're born free, we can be free. Um, and this is what our journey, besides the journey of love, it's about freedom, it's
Mhm.
about freedom.
Yo, let me tell y'all why she tough, because I wasn't even asking her that question. I was just saying what it was. Like all you gotta do is focus on pro survival attention in a widening sphere, and you're gonna make so much money you gotta throw it away. But she took it right up. I help people survive better. I said, oh well go. I was like this, well go then. Go ahead then. But the point is that she actually had something to say to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know who your people are, the people that are the movers and the shakers, because this is our thought processes. It's like the purpose behind everything we're doing is actually connected to others, to what they're doing, to the guides they have. Somebody said a little slyly to me recently, they was like, yeah, Sada don't call you till she needs something. I said, oh, I said, well, what we want to be thankful for is that everything I do is for other people. So there's that, people going to buy benefits. So, you got to take the haters and put them in the hateration sauce and let them just marinate in it. Boo. But the point is, connecting with other movers and shakers that think with purpose. We always on purpose because, like you said, this is a time in your life you're shifting. Oh boy, am I shifting. I'm like, I'm taking on everything I could possibly take on because I want to. Like 2004, 2024 and more. That's how I feel about that. And so Hercules, let's get it. So I do want to say thank you for being on. I think we have a caller who is coming on to talk about the book fair. Let me double check. Do I have a caller? Is somebody on that need to speak? Who is this? Say who you are, honey, and what's your feedback about the book fair?
Oh my God, my name is Sherry Speller, and knowledge is definitely power. And aside of what you've been doing for several years, it's been absolutely amazing, bringing all the authors from all over the world. Me and my family look forward to doing it. My husband is a big fan, a big advocate. He tries to support several vendors, and it's just a good thing to see Black books being written by us, for us and the community. It's absolutely amazing, and I would love to see this blow up even more. We look forward to coming to the next book fair, and I'm going to get my husband to call in and give his feedback also once he gets out, if he gets a break doing work. But we will definitely be there. We always post up. We love it. We love the vendors. We love the food. We love the energy. It's just something that we definitely need in our community. Because a lot of times they say when people breaking home, hide the stuff in the books. They're not gonna read books, but we got people that read. So I absolutely love it.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. They talk about put it in a book if you want to hide it from a black person. Look, I said, well, somebody lying because my book fair be full of people, full of writers. So somebody reading. So yeah, we gotta get into that game player mode and definitely know what we know about ourselves and continue to grow. But thank you, Sherry, for calling in. I appreciate you, darling.
Absolutely. I'm going to make sure I share it with my clients and people that come, my coworkers that come to the salon.
Go ahead. I'm about to say, tell them what your business is, baby. I believe in commercials. What's your business?
I'm Avoid Salon Suites. I've been in Bronzeville for 26 years this May. So I have a spot on my window in front and everywhere for one of your banners so that we can let people know. Come to the book fair, and I would love to invite you out for Bronzeville Summer Nights. That's a big community event that goes on, and we've never had a book person there, so that would be, put some information or anything out there. That would be really nice.
Let me know when that is. Where's the address of your salon?
It is 648 East 43rd Street in the historical Bronzeville community.
All right, 648 East 43rd. Get that quaff. She be doing mad natural hair, so just know, boop, boop, boop. That's what you really going in for. She be getting that done. And thank you, Sherry, because you have been a supporter since the beginning. You was there when my daughter was little, and she a grown girl now. But I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on April 20th, my dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Peace. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, Robin, I want to thank you for coming on today. You've been a gem. And making it go right. I'll see you soon. And I know Robbie coming soon, but I mean, Navi coming on soon. Navi, if you listening, she said she needs some more books or whatever. So y'all definitely make that connection. And I will see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will be down to see you soon. I'll text you.
Okay. Let's get it. All right. Peace. You guys are going to come back in a minute with Gathering of the Griots after these messages.
The Soulful Chicago Book Fair presents its 2024 Spring Fling. Saturday, April 20th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Over 100 titles by Black authors. Fiction, nonfiction, and children's books. Free admission, open to all ages. Book buying galore. Featuring vocalist Sherry Soul, Dion Victoria's art party, music magic time for the children, great food, lots of fun, and much, much more. Saturday, April 20th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Betty Shabazz Academy, 78th and Ellis. Special thanks to our sponsor, CEO Superheroes, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair Spring Fling. Be there.
That's what I'm talking about. Be there. Let me give one more message because we got to get the elders' approval. Let's start with that energy.
And went back to the village with the golden box. He set the golden box and gathered the children as you are gathered now. He opened that box and stories just rushed out of the box.
This is why we are here, because of these people right here. Give it up for the young people today, baby. Give it up better than that, adults. Tell us adults that can't.
Hi, I'm Lauren Cress Love. I'm the sister of the late Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, author of the ISIS Papers and the Cress Theory on Color Confrontation. We're Chicago natives. And to honor her legacy, I'll have her books at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, Saturday, July 16th, 2016. Be there.
Black Fairy is in this book. Uh, young John Henry, everyone's familiar with the young John Henry, and Deadwood Dick, who's a black cowboy. So these are three plays that are in this book, which has been used by a lot of groups, universities that have produced plays for children.
Hey, Black Child by Cindy Perkins. Hey, Black Child, do you know who you are?
Hi, I'm Joyce Clark. I'm 92 years old, and I have written books for black girls so that they know how important they are and they learn the mystery to their history. I'm going to be at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, and I want to see you there.
Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. Let me tell you something. Y'all should have seen me before y'all came back on. I was like this, oh God. Because you got to give it up, yo. The Soulful Chicago Book Fair, getting the blessing of the elders. Are you serious? And then creating a platform for the elders to present themselves. So I want to give a big shout out and a thank you for hovering over us now that you are ancestors. Longcrest Love, Usini Perkins, Marcellus Burke, Joyce Clark, now even I heard Bennett Johnson, like Timuel Black. These are all literary people that I had a chance to touch in life. Like they really were a part of what we did. So I just want to say and give tribute to the elders. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna always show that. Thank you, Amadilo, for putting that together. That's my media baby. Now, get it, don't get it twisted. So anyway, I am going to bring somebody on right now who has also been there from the beginning. What? Another person that, you know, the people who believed in me, I'm going to believe in you, and I'm going to continue to flow people your way. I got to bring this brother on because guess what? He's the one that created the cover for Robin's book. And his name is Navi Robbins. I'm going to bring his picture up. He better get back in front of that camera because I'm about to bring him up. Let me just show you some of his work. And I'm going to do that once I bring him on. Hold up. Boom. There you go. Hold on. Let me get my girl. I want to give you full stage. How are you, my dear? You on mute. Ooh.
Sorry. Good
Hey,
morning.
how
How you doing?
you?
I'm good. Bright and early.
You know, I be doing it bright and early. I be like, up with the
Yeah.
sunrise. You should have seen me this morning try to videotape the sunrise, knowing doggone well I had to prepare for the show. I was like, Asada, put the tripod down and go ahead and do the show. So talk to me, baby. How are you in terms of the book? See, I know you as an author, but then I got wind that, you design work too. What is that about? So tell me a little bit about your connection to the book fair. How did you even find us?
My friend Yakira.
Okay.
She was telling me this is the first one. Yeah, it was the very first one. She was like, "Hey, there's this big book fair going on, and you should check it out." I was probably an author. I had just released my first couple of books, and I checked it out and see what was going on, and it at the time your book fair, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, was the biggest book fair that I had ever attended at the time. Before then, it was like little small book fairs and things like that. And I really didn't have a lot of experience with dealing with the public. I'm an introvert extrovert, so, if you want to sell books, you need to be able to engage the audience. And I really appreciated that before the book fair, you had classes, you had meetings, and you were teaching us how to engage the public, how to talk to people, what to use, uh, get your pitch together. You was having us go through a pitch and how to sell each other's books and what needs to be on the table to draw people in and how to gain people's interest and what to say and what not to say and be stand on your feet and engage people. And it really, really helped us. Like you say, smile, be personable. You know what I'm saying? So they don't get too much into their spaces. But and then you was telling us about how you hand somebody something like a bookmark or a piece of candy so that you can give them your pitch. And because they took it, they feel almost obligated to at least listen to you for about 15 to 20 seconds. And that's your pitch. And then you draw them over to the table. That was invaluable information for me because I still use it to this day when I'm in book fairs and I'm selling books. Having a table, you have like a bowl of candy, and then you have your bookmarks and your business cards, and you have your pitch.
Mm.
It's been phenomenal since then. So yeah, and the first fair where you had the parade early in the morning with the elders and the dance, and then after that it was time to get to it, and it was just so surprising to see so many people in the Woodlawn community or just all over Chicago come to the book fair and buy books, and it was just great. It was just great. It was great. The weather was great. The first one was a little hot, but the weather was great and the people were great. I brought my little generator and people was coming over there. Armadillo was like, "Hey, let me charge up my phone," and stuff like that. It was great. I really enjoyed myself. Like I said, it was my biggest book fair and I did phenomenal. I sold so many books and gathered so many readers and so many connections from different authors in Chicago because you never really know how many authors there are in your area until they gather together for one common goal, and it's to promote, Black literacy. And it
Mm.
was amazing. It was great.
Man, look, I'm sitting here like this. Who did that? I'm like this. Who taught that? Who said that?
Yeah, it
Because
was
I
you.
I was in the flow. I'm an
Mm,
author, so for me it's different. It wasn't just like I'm gonna have a book fair. I'm gonna sell you a table. It's really like, yo, who's taking care of the authors? Who's making
mm,
sure that we have what we need? And there's a game to this. This promotion to this, and many times you write, but people don't know the business sides or the marketing side, and so whatever I learn in life, I'm gonna impart on everybody else. I'm so happy that it made that impact on you. I'm like, dang. See, that's why I want people to call in and just let us know. Now, I'm gonna show you. Now, people are gonna be. I have two callers, so I wanna take a caller first. Let's
okay.
get on. Let's get 773-410. Let's get that person. You're on air. Say your name and where you calling from.
Good morning. My name is Sandra L. Washington. I'm here in Chicago. I am grateful to be able to call in today to speak about the Soulful Chicago Book Fair as well as the virtual Chicago book fair that I had the opportunity of just now. Well, I wouldn't say just now, but I had the opportunity of being at and in the last time that we had this event. I am thankful to those who led the way and, stood up first and was like, let us get her started because they've given me a path forward. The book fair means so much more to me than just a book fair. The networking that I was allowed to, take part in and that has stayed with me forever will ever stay with me. So I'm thankful to you, Asad. Thankful to all the authors that actually have taken a part of whatever book fair it was under the auspices of Asada. I'm thankful for everyone. So with that being said, I am going to close out and return it to you.
Thank you, Sandra. Look, I got my tissue right here. I got my tissue right here. Y'all making me tear up. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra was in my metaverse book fair. So if you was in a metaverse book fair, you really believed in something I was saying. I was doing something right because that's just such a new environment, and we're going to be doing more with that. But thank you for calling in, Sandra. Or we got another caller. I'm gonna just take them real quick, and we getting back into my man because he has so much to offer. 773-690. You're on the air. Who are you? Say your name and where you calling from.
My name is Rashida Ali, and I'm calling from Chicago. I have a question. The author, the brother who was speaking about the book, can he design, because I'm getting a book in Arabic and English, a coloring book for the children.
Okay.
And I haven't had it published, and so I'm going to take that with that. I already have the material on paper.
Okay. So you need a designer for the cover of the book?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. You about to get hooked up. You about to get hooked up. Let me do my dance, sis. You might not even see me. I'm doing the you got to get hooked up dance. So
I've had this for over 3 years. I need some help. I have it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let this brother speak so you can hear what he does. And if you're in front of a video, if you're in front of a computer, you're going to be able to see some of his work because I'm about to put it up. And then I'm going to have his contact information up in a minute so that you can get the website and everything. Okay. His name is Navi Robbins. Okay. All right. Keep listening. Yeah. Navi, Navi Robbins. Hey, Navi, you want people to call
Yeah.
you? You want them to call you, Navi?
They can email me or they can message me on social media at Arthur Navi Robbins. Um, they can message, contact me through the website.
Okay.
Um,
I'm putting up the
or
website now, y'all. Look,
yeah,
navirobbins.net.
yes,
Navir Robbins, ROBINS.net. Okay, sis? All right. All right, you got it. All right, so Navi, let us start to show your jam because you already know I got examples up of your work. Like, let's not get that twisted. Now, look at this, y'all. So I put the African Centered Career Development up there because he's the one that designed that. Then you got this other book I put up here. Y'all see how you could put, he said author name, and he has like explain the energy of this particular book cover. What were you thinking? Like, what kind of story might go with this image?
um, so usually I have a service that does pre-made book covers for authors. So I would design a book cover and then an author can see it and be like, "Oh my God, this matches my story that I'm writing." And
Yes.
so it kind of helps authors to publish their works in an economical way. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't cost as much as getting a custom book cover done, but you still have the custom book cover feel, the custom book cover aesthetics and the quality. And so that's what that is for. So you have author name. So the inspiration for Broken Thorns, it can be a genre of like fantasy, or it can be a
Mm-hmm.
genre of kind of like like romance, or even like a suspense thriller. Like a
Mm,
suspense thriller type of thing, like Flowers in the Attic or something like that.
got
So,
you.
and they can keep the title or they can change the title. I do not charge extra for people keeping the titles. The titles are free, and the pre-made book covers are $40.
Lord
They're
have
40.
mercy.
Yes,
Lord
so
have
the premium
mercy.
book covers are $40 instead of the 150 or higher for the custom book cover designs.
Mm,
So again, if you look at the quality of the pre-made book covers, you cannot tell that these are pre-made. They
right.
look like they belong on the shelf at Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Books
Mm-hmm.
a Millions,
Yep.
and that is why I design them the way that I do. I want my cover designs or anything that I do to compete with the major five.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't look better or comparable, to me, it's a fail. So
Look at it's unfair. Look now, y'all look at the energy. Let me bring this up full blast.
mhm,
Now look at the quality of this. I put two different looking genres up here. But again, talk a little bit about because the sister that just called. Hold on, they
mhm,
like who that ghost talking? The sister that just called in has a book. She has a coloring book. She needs a cover, so
mhm.
you would be able to help her, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I also do children's book illustrations or just illustrations. So I do those as well. I do also offer a pre-made children's book service.
Mm, mm, mm.
So you get the book cover, 10 illustrations for 380.
All right. He giving you
Now
the
children's,
packages.
I'm giving, yeah, exactly. And children's books are probably one of the more profitable, yet it can be costly if you're going with quality illustrations. Now, if you want to go cheap, then it is what it is, but you're getting quality illustrations, 10 plus your book cover for print and ebook for 380. You're not going to find that price for the quality illustrations. So I do offer that, but I do also offer custom illustrations as well. I grab my
Mm,
trusty iPad here
mm-hmm.
with the pen and I draw your custom illustrations and I can create book covers, any type of illustration that you want. Illustration you want the cartoon to look like a real person, you want it to be an animal, whatever it may be. I can design those for you. Like these here, Obsidian is a comic book that I am releasing for myself.
Nice.
It is one of the it is the foundational character for my own comic book universe. So
Nice.
Obsidian, that is my work. And then next to it, a sister came to me and said, "Hey, look, my niece, I want to create a picture of her dressed as a Dora Milaje from Black Panther. I think you may have a picture of her niece, so you can see the comparison of the real life person compared to the quality of work that I presented to her with her in that illustration of her dressed as a Dora Milaje."
Yes, when you
So
sent
I
me that picture, I just didn't know what it was. I was like, "Oh no, I don't know what to do." But now I can see it's the real
yeah.
girl, and you
Hmm.
put her on this superhero body, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, definitely awesome work, and I'm loving that you're coming out with this comic book. It's so funny. My daughter is a photographer and she has a
Hmm.
coffee table book. And I think the name is going to be Obsidian because if y'all don't know what Obsidian is, it is rock. It's black and
Hmm.
shiny and it's created
Hmm.
from lava. And
Yep.
so, so if you know what it is and you see that cover right there, you'd be like, oh, dip, okay. I got to get
Yeah.
an idea of the flavor of what you're doing. And so, um, you can see the work. Like I said, you're an author to me first, but I love that
Hmm.
you've taken not just being an author, but you've taken it into these other realms of creation. You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
for creation for the author community because see that's
Exactly.
what I do the book fair because I'm like, yo, who's repping us? It's a ton of people that we're not being represented well in terms of marketing, and I always want to make sure that we are that's what we are for people. And so, in terms of the book fair and the things that you mentioned, like
Hmm.
the marketing and this and this and that, are there other things that you've benefited from in terms of the book fair that maybe didn't even happen there or happened that led into other parts of what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, learning how to sell myself was probably the most valuable asset,
Mm.
and then meeting different people because meeting different people opened other avenues. I met different authors. We linked up, and one of the authors that I met at the book fair opened the door for me to meet my agent, which
Wow.
allowed me to get a 3-book deal with Simon and Schuster. So I'm a hybrid author. So I'm independent as well as majorly published. So
Mm.
that opened the door from it. It really, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair for me was kind of like the jump off point to my writing career.
Mm.
It really was because,
Mm.
again, like I said, that was my first major book fair. Like I hadn't done anything that size before. It was like I did like one small event in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
but outside of that, that was the biggest, and it was a little scary. I was a little spooked out. I'm not gonna lie, um, but because it's different selling. Um, a book to someone who don't know who you are, and
Mm.
but the benefits of the community connecting with people. I encourage people to get to the book fair and connect, create community with all of the other authors there. Also too, I loved how, once you built those relationships, they grew. And that,
Mm.
they say there's no I in team, but the biggest saying for me is your network is your net worth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And building a network for, especially for Black creators and Black authors, is crucial, is paramount.
Mm.
Because like you said earlier, like certain spaces we're not expected to move in, certain spaces we're not allowed in. And so when you create that network though, you create, you people start to open doors for you, you open doors for them,
Mm-hmm.
because my network just grew. And now, you know what I'm saying, with the graphics design business, because that's how it was. Because at the time I really wasn't doing graphics design for other people like that.
Okay.
But
Right.
then once I got into I was designing covers for myself and maybe a few other people, but it didn't grow until I started connecting with people, with you and the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, and he started sending people my way like, "Hey, Navi got you. Go over here to Navi. He's doing designs. Look at his covers." And from there, it's created to where now I'm an entrepreneur. I've been doing this for over almost 15 years now, and
Wow.
it's been profitable. And and I've now at this point has probably created over 200 children's books for Black authors.
Mm. Mm.
And I can't even count how many book covers and designs and logos and websites and things like that. So yes, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair was kind of like the jump off point for me. It was like that T minus 10, 9, 8, and then I just took off into the stratosphere. So I've always been grateful, because for me, like you said earlier, I want to provide services, especially with graphics design or even writing books, that open doors to places that we're not expected to be in. So when I
Right.
write stories in my books, because I'm a fiction author, my stories put us in places where you're not expecting for us to be. A story that you expect a James Bond or someone like that, but here is this brother and this sister, fighting against this international secret crime syndicate so that they can bring an African warlord to justice, or a brother sent to Mexico City. To run an oil corporation and find himself in the middle of a war between two warring drug cartels, but at the same time, he's a secret agent. Or a young man who finds out that he's an heir to a supernatural people, and he is the last of his kind, and the only person that wants to tell him about himself is his enemy. So it's like those types of stories: young adult paranormal, actions and suspense, espionage, spy thrillers, those types of things, but writing stories that we're not expected to be in is what I gravitate to and what I put out into the world. And again, Soulful Chicago Book Fair was like that place that was like, man, like I can really do this. I can
Mm.
do this. You got thousands of people coming to this fair,
Mm.
thousands of Black people in a neighborhood that they keep telling you it's not safe.
True.
And it's safe, right? It's safe. There was no drama. There was nothing. He sitting there like, what? And yeah, and he's like, we gotta go back again. We gotta go back again. It was beautiful. You had the food trucks, you had music, you had people, you had programs for children, you had and I love how you separated the blocks. You had your children's book block, you had your fiction block, nonfiction block, so that everybody can get their time to shine. It
Mm.
was just, it was amazing. And the
Man,
entertainment, it was just great.
let me tell y'all. See, the way we do books, it's not going to be just tables and chairs and some books. Yo, this is an experience. It's a movement. That's how I see this now. We've been around for 8 years. And this is a movement where those of us that write books, we're doing it. We're doing it for ourselves. We are controlling the narrative of what we are. And like Navi said, the sky's the limit with that, Jim, because espionage, children's books, like you really can come to the Soulful Chicago Book Fair world and have that reality, and that fantasy, but we're creating the narrative. And that's what I love, love, love about it. So Navi designing something for one of my authors right now. So he not only does book covers, y'all, he does the banner designs. Do you do like marketing with the cards and all of that as well?
Yes, I do. I provide banners, backdrop banners, pull-up banners, the little banners that you put on your tables, to, display your pricing,
Mm-hmm.
business cards, bookmarks. If you needed like custom tablecloths,
Mm-hmm.
if you need custom products like custom cups and things like that, I do all of those, and
Nice.
not just the design, but also the product itself. So yeah, I'm a one-stop shop for authors from point A to point publish.
Mm.
Whatever it is that you need, you come to North Shore Graphic Studios, and we got you.
Yo, don't sleep, y'all. Boop, boop, boop. He has it all. So I want to thank you for coming on today, brother. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you for
Look
having
forward
me.
to continue working with you. And I'm so happy that um, everything's expanding because you do awesome work. So keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you. Appreciate
Please.
you.
You got it,
Hey,
babe. So we're going to a commercial break, guys. And when we come back, Martin love the kids. We're going to give you some stuff that builds our children. So we'll be back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Naima Latif, and if you're watching this, that means you're one of the 4.6 billion people from around the world who are using an electronic device to talk to people. In these times, people are using the internet to talk to everybody: friends, neighbors, family members, co workers. People are on their cell phones and computers all day long. Now, if you're in business, that is great news. That means you can sell your products and services all day long and never have to leave your home. All you need is a media connection, somebody to connect you to an audience. And that's why I'm talking to you today. We produce programs, and our audience members are people who shop. They buy clothes, food, beauty supplies, cleaning supplies, home repair, transportation services, child care services. Whatever you're selling, they need to buy it. We're your media connection. Just follow this link, and tomorrow you can sit back and relax at home while your business is making you money.
Let it be known. Look, where this light coming from? The sun trying to come in my window, creating that bright light. Anyway, so thank you. You are tuned into Gathering of the Griots. I have that number down there. This is testimony time. This is what the show is about today. It's about people calling in that, it's stories I don't even know about. All the stuff that Navi just said about what he's grown, how he's grown from the book fair. I don't even know all that stuff. But the key is, like I said earlier to Robin, I'm gonna create pro survival attention, right? I'm gonna make it so that people are surviving better because of what I'm doing, right? That's what motivates me to look at how not, doing stuff for me is corny. That's what, except for going dancing. Now, y'all know I'll be out there dancing. But when it comes to everything I do is to make people better, whether it be Scientology, getting them to take life improvement classes, whether it's cryptocurrency, helping people improve their financial situation, and being an author, getting your book out. That's just extremely important. So I am about to bring on another guest, baby. Ooh wee. Ooh, ooh, ooh wee. I think I want to show they vibe first because I just love what they do. So hold up. I'm gonna bring it up because they've first of all, I love this couple. I just love them. That's what I need you to know. Now, since inception, I love this couple because when you see a man and a woman really synchronize and then create something, I just think that's dope. I just think it's fabulous. And so I'm gonna show something first. I will show it. Let me get it on up. Let me share this, and I'm gonna show you what they do. And it's so important because they're gonna be at the next book fair in a minute. But yeah, let me just show it. Let me just go on into it and show it. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so happy about it. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh, they don't even know I'm going there. Look, first of all, look at their website, right? Music Magic Time, honey. Look, them kids running around, all races, having fun. But I want to show a video that I just think is stellar. Hold on. I'm going to find this. I was like, can you send me that? But let's just play it. Let me make it big and let me just play it.
Would you like to come and count numbers with us in a magical way? Let's go. Let's go check out the box. Hey! Inside the box. We're gonna pick a number. Inside the box. Come on. Pick a number. Inside the box. Oh, let's see. Let's pick a number. Let's see what number we have. Inside the box. Wow. Now, what's the number? Let's look at this number. What's the number? Ooh, are you ready?
Oh, baby, see? It's look, just a little tip tap of what they do. We are gonna bring on y'all look at this sun trying to get on in my picture now. Come on, Sanita. Now I love this sun, but she tried to get in my show. I'm gonna go to my girl Yakini because she is actually they're gonna be performing at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair on the 20th. I'm bringing her on. Boom! Look at my babies. Hercules. Hi, guys.
Hi, Asada.
Let me see if you.
Thank you for having us. Good to see you.
Let me tell y'all something. The reason I love that because she little like me now. Yeah. She a little feisty little mama. Ooh, and then she got this big old king be like, boo. Yeah, look, swing his locks over to the front. Boo, boo.
We are.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah,
so
really.
Yes, indeed. You guys, I know you had a chance to come the last event in the summer. You were on the lineup and the rain was like, we gonna rain through your whole thing. But
yeah.
But tell us a little bit about yourself and Music Magic Time and just what y'all bring to the table with young people. Tell me about it.
Ladies first?
You go.
All
For
right.
it.
Well, we've been in the music industry forever. I am a musician, a touring musician, and I've been all around the world and playing music representing Haiti and all that. So it's been music has been an essential, quintessential part of our lives. And Yakini has a beautiful voice, and it was a shock. I didn't know she was a singer when I met her. But she has a wonderful voice. And also we had a preschool, so we've been doing music with children for over 25 years. And so now we're branching out where we're doing concerts more and things like that. So, and it's just, Music Magic is the program for children. If you want your kids to have fun, also learning while learning. So Music Magic is the one-stop shop place to stop for that. And it's a program that engages students in every aspect, physical activities and gross motors and everything. So we really help them participate and grow and be ready for school, actually. Yeah.
So we service children from 0 to 7. And we have an amazing curriculum. It's seasonal, 4 seasons that we do music, all original music. And of course, we play with traditional songs and we turn them into sounds and beats and rhythms from all over the world.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Now look now. See, I got them in the mix because I'm like, we're going to do this. We're going to take 2 on this bad boy. They're actually going to be performing at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair on April 20th. And so, So if you have children, you definitely want to bring them. Y'all tell me a little bit about, well, testimony wise, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't see a value in coming to the book fair. What's the reason why coming to the book fair is something that you would even do?
Well, we love supporting ourselves, and we love seeing self and self-kind. So it's a given for us. The minute we got the invite, we are in, because we are with people that love themselves and love self-kind. And so we always want to participate in that. And you, my sister, have been doing that forever. And it's a privilege for us to be with you, because you are one of the queens in the conscious movement in Chicago, in New York, and it's everywhere. You're the one, and we appreciate the opportunity to participate into creating, into showing our creations for our children. It's for all children of the world, but our children gets it. Just the rhythm is so, contagious, right? It just takes you. You cannot not move when Music Magic is on. But we are there at your book club because you are one of the best that keep promoting our youth to be their best. And we always want to be part of that. So thank you for having us. It's really
nice. Look at them pictures now. Look, y'all, check it out. My man, he's in it with the kids. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Look, everybody want to come get some of that flavor now.
Yeah.
I know, look, we in our community, we playing for our community, but look, some other communities like, hold up, watch my kids too. Yeah. I need you to vibe with my children. So just what have you found? What's the result of the work that y'all are doing with the young people? What do you see evolving as a result?
Man, I see their joy and their freedom in the program. And it's really, that's what it's for. It's for self-expression. And we're teaching them to do that very young. Get engaged, get your hands in, get your hands ready, as we said. And participation is important. Everyone that's in front of us is special. And every one of them get our special treatment, through music. And we teach a lot of movements. So young children get to dance to the beat every morning. We do it with them, and it's just wonderful. And also, we introduce them to all the basics of learning. So the program, we see how it works, is that it reinforces all the basics of math and colors and shapes and sizes and numbers and letters and all of that. And we even have them spelling words while singing. They're spelling their names and their pet's name and their mom and their dad, all through music. And a simple example of that is when we say, I know a girl named Asada, and her name starts with the letter A. Asada, show us your letter A, and wave your letter A up in the air and sing. The letter A is for Asada. 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 The letter A says as for Asada. So you see, we play with words.
Yes. That's my theme song. I need that recording. I need that. I'm playing at the beginning of the gathering of the Griots. A is for Asada. What?
Yeah.
I love that.
They learn the letter, and then they learn how to spell it all through music. It's really just fun. And they're dancing and moving, not knowing that they're learning. And when they go back to the classroom, the teacher repeats the same thing. They're like, hey, I remember that in music. So
nice.
It's really great. Yeah.
Nice. We actually have a caller. Hold that thought, Yakini. Hold that thought. We have a call at 708-513. You're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from? 708-513. Are you still there? Go ahead and talk. We can hear you. Talk nice and loud. Use your outside voice. I don't hear no outside voice. So go ahead, Yakini. Continue.
Okay. I want to show you the drum that he's going to give a little sample. Can you see it?
We can. Let me make the screen nice and big. Give y'all a stage. Go ahead. Look at that. Oh, yeah. We can see it good.
We want to start with the human family. So let's listen to this song. It's one of our powerful pieces.
Yeah.
Ready? And Assad, I want you to help us.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
We are part of the human family.
That's right.
We have head, head.
Everybody tap your head, head, head. What else do we have?
We have eyes. Everybody cover your eyes
And say peekaboo.
And we have nose. Everybody put your nose. Nose. We have lips. Everybody put your lips. We have chin. Everybody put your chin. We are part
of the human family. That's right.
We have shoulders. Everybody put your shoulders.
Right.
We have tummy. Everybody put your tummy. We are
part of the human family. Again, we are part of the human family. Come on, Sada. We are part of the human family. We are part of the human family.
Yes.
I love it. Thank
you. Teach them their body parts while they're moving and dancing and touching each body part. We do everything from hair all the way to the nails or the toes. So it's and they're loving it. They just say, "Can we do more?"
And one thing so beautiful about this song is we all are part of the human family.
Absolutely.
And when we teach children that young, that's a game changer.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I love. It's so funny because the Soulful Chicago Book Fair has a kind of a reputation. And a dude that did urban fiction was telling me that the word on the street was, don't do that one. It's only for kids, right? Because they know this is a family event. But I was like, boy, I didn't make that up. Somebody else made that up. Everybody is welcome. You just can't have nothing offensive.
That's right.
Anything like that. But that's all. I don't want to hear no preacher's prostitute as your title. No, we can't do that. So, we want everything to be clean. But I love you all's presence in the event because now our children will be able to add to that experience because this is all about storytelling.
That's
right. Gathering of the griots, baby. What are the ways that we communicate? What are the ways that we get an idea across? And so you all coming to the table and coming to the event and creating this for young people, they are going to be there at the book fair, y'all, about noon. So get your children. It starts at 10 on the 20th, but have your children there definitely by noon so they can experience Music Magic Time, baby. Now, I'm going to put your website up here. If they go to your website, what are some of the things that they can expect?
They can listen to the songs, look
and
at the children's participation. MusicMagicTime.com. It's right there on the page.
And Apple?
Can't miss it in music. And also,
don't play with me, girl. I got it on the page, girl. Get on out here.
also on Apple Music, Spotify, or anywhere you buy your music. We are everywhere. So you go find it and go let the children listen to them. Listen for yourself because it's enjoyable for parents as well. So it's not just for children.
Oh, yeah. The beats are amazing.
It's very good. Your child will have a good time, and so will you.
Yeah, y'all heard him say he's a musician, so don't even get it twisted. When you watch some videos on their site, he playing the instruments now, and then they be having big parties on Lake Park outside their house and be out there with the band, the straight up drum sets, all of that. So, you all are official. And so when people come and experience you, they are experiencing our culture. That's the thing. That's the bomb. Y'all are both from Haiti, correct?
Yes.
Right. So y'all bring it. Look, y'all watch it. They just gave us a little soaker with that. I was like,
I was born and raised here. I'm from Haiti. I'm born and raised in Haiti.
My parents raised in Haiti.
Yeah. No doubt. But you already know you the same bloodline. You already know, honey. Don't be look, bring that patois right up in here today. Let's get that rolling. So I really do value the fact that you guys are going to be coming on. You guys, if you want to speak to Music Magic Time right now, you better do it before it's too late. The number, I have it going across the screen, is 727-731-5192. But if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching it on Facebook, you actually can put your comment down there and I'll see it and I can share it. So just want you to contribute if you'd like, or call in because, hey, you don't have to wait till the 20th. You could do it now. But the 20th, I want y'all to mark your calendars. April 20th will be our book fair from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Music Magic Time will be there. Is there something you want to say to our families about the importance of what you're doing. You've said a lot already about, what they're learning and what have you, but what's your grand vision? What's your vision for the future of Music Magic Time?
We see it becoming a staple. We see me becoming a staple for children learning that are in preschool, of course, and all the way up to 7 years old, to be able to find something they enjoy in Music Magic Time and learning at the same time. So we want to continue promoting movement through music, and children are the best. They get in right away. They just get in. They don't have a shame in the world, a care in the world. They just want to have fun and move. They just love to move. Children love to move. So Music Magic is for that exactly, to get them moving, gross motor, dancing, showing us best dance move together when they play. So all that is really important. And also all the other learning components that we teach throughout the program is at play. They're using their small motors. It's not only gross motor. Small motors is a part of it. They have to hold the sticks. They have to hold an ice cream cone, all this kind of thing, to sort of say, how many ice cream do you have? So they can count. They can actually put the numbers together themselves and say, hey, I have 5 ice cream cones, and all this kind of. So they have to count themselves. So the program is just wonderful in that way.
I would also like to add that there's a big research about children and their development, and it many years ago they would say from the age of 0 to 5 or 0 to 3, everything matters. Now they're going even younger, So we know that everything you say, everything you touch, every experience that a child has matters. So we are committed to creating upstanding human beings through Music Magic Time.
This is so, I just love this. Well, first of all, you already know when y'all come, the main person that's going to be dancing is me. I would be at that event, baby. I would be like, soca, work it. So, this just the fun that's going to be had. And the fact that it's in a school, it's in Betty Shabazz. And so they're young people, and having them there, this is just a really big opportunity for us to just do what we do, do what we do and create the effects that we create. And so I'm really happy about just y'all's presence there and what this is going to turn into. And so you guys see that website. It's www.musicmagictime.com. I know they were able to watch videos, but can't they book you or something on there too? I thought I saw that. So can't they book classes?
Book classes, but more so book birthday parties also.
Oh, okay. So, that's important. So they can bring you in for parties. So y'all hear that, right? So bringing them in for parties, having because that's going to be part fun, part educational, period.
That's exactly right. But also, we want everybody to know that we also do programs for adults. We do wedding, we do communion, birthday parties for everybody.
Okay.
So whatever and we ask the people, what are your favorite music, and we put that in, and we animate. She's a great animator as well, Yakini. Oh, she works the crowd. She can work. It's amazing.
I've seen her.
Also, to get back to the children, what the does for them is also we are worldly. We're very worldly. So we travel around the world, and we have the children learn to say hello in so many languages, in French and Spanish and in Mandarin, in Korean, Japanese, and in Swahili and
Haitian Creole.
And Creole. And it's just really a program that creates a lot of exposure for our children. Us being worldly people, me traveling around the world for almost all my life, has helped me understand exposure is really what makes a person, and creating their worldly thinking and open-minded of there are other people do things differently, and it's just there's a different way we say the same thing, but it's a different language, so it sounds different. So we expose children to all of that early on throughout the program to educate, because really we are educators, and we're doing it through music, and we bring instruments from around the world for the
Yeah.
children to experience. Music Magic is a full experience where the kids enjoy and experience the music through the instruments. They can play the drums, which is this big drum from Haiti. They've never seen anything like this. When they
I saw the art on there. I was like, is that from Haiti?
Yes,
it wasn't no djembe. I already knew that.
That's right. Baby.
Nice.
It's a very, very good program, and we do our best to make it fully immersion, so the kids can actually be a part of the program. And when they go home, they can tell the parents what they did, what instrument they saw today, what they played. They played the guitar, they played the violin, the cello. So it's just that's how we see the program. It's going to be a staple for our children to be worldly.
Yes.
Nice.
Worldly.
Citizens
of the world. Yeah. Through music, we do it right there. And we're planning on doing it, posting videos on YouTube as well very soon. So we're going to put some shorts there so people can enjoy it.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Yo.
Yeah, we really appreciate being here with you today. It's really wonderful.
Y'all already know. Y'all my people. What? It's certain people. I roll with fly people. That's what y'all need to know. That's what I do. Wow. And so even when this show opened, she said hello in so many languages. She said it in Chinese. She said it in Russian. She said it in from Ghana. So that fits right in with what we do and why we do it, whether it be here with Gathering of the Griots, but the umbrella organization of the Female Solution. This is how we roll, and that's why the show exists. So I just want to say thank you to you guys for being here. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all get ready for them, because look, I even got them on the thing. Hold up. Let me show you. I got them on the promo. Don't get it twisted. Look, here we go. Boom. Hold on. There we go. See them at the top? Music Magic Time. So they will be there on April 20th, you guys. And we just love you, and I thank you for coming on today. And I'll see you on the 20th.
Thank you, Asada.
You got it, guys. Peace. Bye. All right. So, guys, we'll be back after these messages with another beautiful man. She's a dope author. I love what she has to say, but she's another one who's believed in me since the beginning. It always helps me when people believe in me. Y'all might not think that, because it's not like I need it, but it just shows me you're doing the right thing, girl. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with an author. I'm not even going to say her name till it's time. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Soulful Chicago Book Fairs are the most exciting Black book fairs on the planet. Born in July of 2016, Soulful Chicago Book Fairs have both increased the literary marketplace for Black writers and given lovers of Black literature places to find books about the Black experience the world over. The main summer book fair stretches 4 city blocks on 61st Street between Cottage Grove and King Drive. Each block is characterized by its own genre, donning the works of fiction authors, nonfiction authors, and children's authors. The day begins with a procession of elders atop a float, demonstrating the book fair's honoring of community elders. The entertainment of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair has been second to none. Audiences travel to its Grammy-level stage, which has featured musical artists such as Eric Roberson, and many of Chicago's multicultural talents. The book fair's community stage sits equidistant from either end and showcases puppet shows, open mic sessions, and author talks for festival goers to enjoy.
That bought homes or provide an economic foundation.
Aspiring authors have enjoyed the Soulful Chicago Book Fair's lineup of helpful workshops on publishing, writing for children, and legalities of the publishing industry and more. From its exhibitors to its entertainment, its workshops, to its overall power, Soulful Chicago Book Fairs will continue to breathe literary life and prosperity into the South Side of Chicago for decades to come.
The Soulful Chicago Book Fair presents its 2024 Spring Fling. Saturday, April 20th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Over 100 titles by Black authors. Fiction, nonfiction, and children's books. Free admission, open to all ages. Book buying galore. Featuring vocalist Sherry Soul, Dion Victoria's Art Party, Music Magic Time for the Children, great food, lots of fun, and much, much more. Saturday, April 20th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Betty Shabazz Academy, 78th and Ellis. Special thanks to our sponsor, CEO Superheroes, the Soulful Chicago Book Fair Spring Fling. Be there.
That's right. Be there. That's what you want to do. Be there. So I actually have two callers before I bring on this last beautiful guest. I have two callers. Let me see what their numbers are up in here. 312-200. You're on the air. Tell us your name. I know you calling from Chi-Town. What's your name?
Yes, I am. I am on Lade.
That's my booby right there.
Y'all hear me well?
Look. This is what we do. When we at the party, we be like, ay! That's what we do. Hey, Mama, although we always down on the dance tip. Tell me today why you calling in, girl, because I know it's on a different flavor today.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Although we're always on the dance tip, I know that outside of dance, we're always going to be connected through anything that we do. You and the Chicago Soulful Book Fair is just a staple now in Chicago. I went the first year that you presented it to the South Side of Chicago, which was really needed. It was introduced to us on the South Side of Chicago. Actually you introduced book literacy period, to Chicago on a whole nother level. And I just want to give you your flowers. Thank you for that. And when you first introduced it to the Black community on 61st and Cottage, I worked at the University of Chicago, and I had to work that day. But I was like pumping your event up, not even knowing what I was walking into. And I had to actually work, but I went on during my lunch because it was just down the street. And when I arrived, I was filled with so much, man, I was crying. I started crying because I saw the beauty of Black literacy. And it was just an overwhelming feeling. I was just so proud of our community. It just made me fall right back in love with my community as a whole. I'm already in love with my community. I'm already in love with my people. But it just made me fall in love with my community just so much more. Just to see so many Black authors, just to see that so many, from children books to adult books, learning literacy, exposing us to, reading is really fundamental. It just reminded me that reading is fundamental. It could be a simple sentence, but it is powerful. Reading fundamental.
Say
so
that.
I'm making my business to go. Yes. So I'm making my business to go every year, and each time I go to your events, Asada, I learn something new. I'm always big on children reading books. So that's my first thing. I always buy books for the children. And before I even had a grandchild, I would just go ahead and buy books for the kids and pass it on out. But now that I have a grandkid, her Christmas gift were children's books from the Soulful Book Fair.
That's what I'm talking about. And let me say this.
So I am grateful for that.
Let me say this, because this is what I appreciate. I have a lot of circles, y'all. Dance, this, that, and the other. But I really do appreciate that. Even though you from my dance world, you be at almost every event. Like I got pictures of you at more than one event. So whether it be the holiday book fair, the one in the summer, when I see you, it really does warm my heart, because sometimes I feel like, man, if everybody I knew could just do everything I do, they could see it all and feel it all and benefit from it all. So when I see you, it really means a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you for always being there and seeing the value in the whole book world and getting books to your granddaughter and to, our community. So thank you, my lady.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Thank you, baby. Peace. I appreciate you. Now, I do have another caller. All right. I have another caller, y'all, and we're going to bring him on because I got to bring on my girl. Y'all playing games. 708-513. Are you on the air now? 708-513. If you're available, you better say something. Oh, I hear him. I hear him. Speak nice and loud.
Look, I didn't recognize my own phone number.
Oh, Lord, help us all. Help us all. Tell us a little bit about this Ernest Abdullah. He is an author, but he also my road dog. Boop, boop. Tell us about your experience, because while I met him in one way, I didn't even know he was an author. And were you coming into my metaverse the first time you came into my book fair world?
I came to your metaverse, right? That's right.
Okay. What was that like? Because, yeah, talk about that.
Just being there and meeting people, not just from all over the country, but all over the world. I mean, I got to explain my book, and I got different perspectives. That was a beautiful thing. I got different perspectives of how to live your life.
Nice.
It was powerful.
Nice.
And for me, that's what I'll be searching for. I'm a seeker, so I will go anywhere to get some new knowledge. And you just blasted it on me over there.
He gonna say I blasted it on him.
I was so impressed. I was so impressed, and I'm still impressed. I'm still searching, and thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you. Yo, that's Ernest. Ernest didn't even have a computer, y'all. But to be in the metaverse, went and got a computer so he could be in the metaverse, sell his book, do book discussions, relate to people in the metaverse, and met people from around the world because he was in the metaverse. So thank you, my love, for calling in today. I'm so happy that you had a good experience with us, and it's more to come. Let it be known. Thank you. All right. Appreciate you. All right. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, poof, the coming of the authoress. She's an authoress. I'm putting that on the end today. This sister, when I listen to what she writes about, I'll be like, yo, what's in her head right now? It's next level. It's not the average nothing. I'm going to bring her on, and she is none other than an author named Joanne Fastoff. How are you, darling?
I'm great. How are you, Asada?
Girl, I'm loving life, and I just love y'all too much because it just, authors have dimensions to them. They're not just flat out people who, you greet. They actually have, they might say hi to you, but it's things going on up in here because they create another story and another idea, and then it's more about what impact we're going to make. So tell me a little bit about how in the world did you find the book fair, and just a little feedback about what you feel about it.
Well, I've been out here pounding those bookstores and the streets for 20 years. Okay. So when I read various pieces of exposure for your book fair I said, wow, this is so cool, because I've done Harlem Book Fair. I've done the Black Women's Expo. I've done Printers Row so many times, where I'm actually just a number. And unless you're like some big name like James Patterson or Walter Mosley, Printers Row is not going to get you the kind of exposure you wanted. So I said, okay, here's another avenue of exposure for me: the Chicago Soulful Book Fair on the south side of Chicago. I said, oh my God, I got to do this. So I went the first year. I guess it was 2016, 2017. Anyway, I went the first year, and I decided I'd take 50 books with me. And I'll take 100 of my pamphlets that kind of summarized all of my books. So I said, if I take 100 pamphlets, if I just hand those out and no one buys a book, I will have at least touched 100 people. Well, I touched 100 people, but I also sold all 50 of my books. And I was just like, okay, this worked for me. And it worked for me because you had us in the sections that we belonged in. I was in fiction. Someone else is in children. Someone else is in nonfiction. Someone else is in science. Someone, whatever. We were labeled correctly. And when I say labeled, this is very positive, okay? But I said, oh, this worked. This worked so well. I sure hope she comes back next year, okay? And not to knock Harlem Book Fair, because I know you from New York, but but what I really, Harlem Book Fair became that you had to be this Black sister, brother, I'm down with the people kind of stuff. And I had other stories to tell in the Black neighborhood. And I had other stories to tell about a Black man in law enforcement, okay, which, and I was saying to myself, okay, so everybody's not looking for my kind of reading, maybe, but of all the probably authors that were in the Harlem Book Fair, WABC came to me and said, do you know how different you are? And I go, excuse me? That booth across from me has a line that's a block long, and I got two people talking to me. They said, yeah, but hers is how to get a brother in 10 days, how to keep a brother after 10 days, how to do this, how to do that, okay? And I'm writing about global problems that hit America's shores. And so I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to keep pummeling. Because even though I'm the one producing the product, I always say that it takes my village to help me distribute it. And that's how I looked at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, my village, okay? I'm not trying to be anything else but myself. And Soulful Chicago Book Fair has allowed me to be that.
Look. Look, I can say it with my tissue. Look. Wow.
And I've been in 4 fairs, and of course, last summer was rained out. But let me tell you something: I still sold books.
I love that.
We were deluged with rain, and I still sold some books. Okay.
Oh man, I mean that never happened, but I think there was on the physical universe and the spiritual universe. Sometime when you really going on the spiritual universe and everything going fabulous, the little forces be like, let me show you something. Boom, rain. How you gonna handle that? So that's just what it is. You don't stop, you keep going. And see, I didn't even know that full story. The girl said she sold all 50 books. This was, see, that type of stuff to me, I don't know those things going on, but they're so important for people to hear because the platform, this is the thing, building and they will come type of thing. Build the stage, build the event. This whole event is about literary everything, poetry and people, even the entertainment. Those people compose those songs, but I love you and your books because they do bring a different story. We are not one dimensional, who only believe in sex and drugs or some nonsense. We have all of these other things that we can create. And so the fact that you were there, girl, I got footage. I got evidence of you. Look, y'all. Let me show you. Look, evidence, evidence of her presence. You even got an award. What was that award for, girl?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, but I know that it was wonderful. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, it's so important because I'm an author, as I said, but it's important to me to make sure we have good experiences as writers.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of like the underdog of the art world. There's definitely a lot for dance, and there's definitely a lot for fine art and painting and those things, visual arts. But the writer, there's not a whole lot for the writer. And so my thing, being from New York, I'm gonna give props what props are due. I was there when the Harlem Book Fair started, right in the 90s, and it was once I moved here, and I was here when my second time coming back because I went to Northwestern, but went back home, came back in 14. But I came back and I was like, why is there no book fair here? Like, what? This is the home of Gwendolyn Brooks and Lorraine Hansberry. Like, what are we doing? Like, why isn't there a big event? And I do know some people who created events prior, like Donna Beasley had one at South Shore Cultural Center.
Yes.
A very big supporter of me. She supports me so much. She said, girl, I don't know how you doing this. I don't know. So she supports anything that I do. But in that time, in 2015, the idea kind of came about, and we started in 2016, and we've never stopped. That's so funny you brought up I hope she does this again, because once I did the first year, in my mind, I didn't have no years after, till y'all started saying, I can't wait till the next one. I was like,
exactly.
What are they talking about? I was like, they bugging. But it definitely has continued on and on and on. And even when the pandemic came and it stopped the book fair, God let me rest for 2020. That was good. And 2021, I was about to take some more rest. But then God was like, what is you doing? Find a way to do the book fair that goes beyond being locked up in your house. And that's where the Metaverse Book Fair came in, and getting our people. It's still taking some effort to get us there, but my goal is to set the stage so y'all can shine. And that's the bottom line. So I had a picture of all your fabulous books. Tell us a little bit about whichever one you want to make the focus. What do you feel people should start with when it comes to your books?
Well, so those are all the fiction books, and then I write 3 nonfiction books also. They're usually about sports.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this particular series, I'm on the 8th book of this series, which should be done end of this year. But this particular series is about a FBI agent named Howard Watson. And what Howard does is he deals with global problems that hit America's shores. So illicit diamonds, tobacco smuggling, serial killing, drugs. In the latest book, The Avaricious, which means greedy, the greediest you could possibly be, avaricious, is about landmines that are still alive and well in countries that we've been in war with. And these 2 scientists, one of which is a Black woman, develop a microchip to eradicate these landmines. But of course, the greedy don't want these scientists to develop anything close to ruining their business of selling these landmines to countries bracing war. So it's a very interesting story. And of course, Howard Watson, which is my guy, he and his team are very instrumental in finding this core of inhumane people. And I can't even say they're human when you don't care about other folks and it's just about the buck. So, you can, of course, start with the Gordian knot, which introduces Howard Watson. But I believe that all of the books, all of them stand on their own. And if, let's say, you read The Avaricious, which is my latest, and then you say to yourself, oh gosh, I wish I knew a little bit more about Howard Watson, then you might go back to one. You might go back to second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. But they pretty much all stand on their own because they're all different stories. And the other thing about Howard Watson is that he's not afraid to use a woman agent. Okay. And so that works for me too.
Man, see, I talk about this. I even talked about this in our show last week because we had all fiction writers. And I'm like, what? How do you do that? Like, that person? I mean, you seeing them at the store, but they probably think about characters. Y'all thinking about life situations. And it sounds like these issues exist, but now how do you deal with them in a way that's palpable, like that people aren't going to be bored listening to world hunger or whatever. And I love that you've taken like world events and put them in a fiction form where we could follow the story of this person. Mm-hmm. You have a saying that you say, I have it on some videos where you talk about the character and you say, he's not this, he's not that, he's that. What's that saying?
He is not inept. He's not comic relief. He's not a sidekick. He happens to be a black man who's an FBI agent.
That's what I love when she say that. Because what? Y'all don't get it twisted out here. All these intelligent people writing all these books, making sure we get them out. Like, this is a thing, but we're the keepers of the story, the writers. We're the keepers of the history and we're the keepers of the future. And we have to make decisions about controlling the narrative. Mm-hmm. Now, if you don't like what somebody got to say, so good. Fix it. I mentioned earlier, I'm always bringing up my little Scientology tips. But one of the things that L. Ron Hubbard said is, if you see a problem, look at what you didn't do and know why it's a problem. Mm-hmm. So you see these problems, that part. So you see a problem, good. You have taken your writing and created the confronting of these issues, but through a character. And that's so important. And it's so important for us to deal with topics that take us somewhere else. Mm-hmm. If we ain't going to the club right now, stop it. We're not going to the bar. You're not, or what, we got these other ways that we think. And I find books are the best way to capture that because you can't be everywhere, but you could get that book going everywhere. And so, since our meeting in 2016, what made you do the book fair? Was it because it was local? And I'm glad you said you did the Harlem Book Fair and all these other things, because then you were able to compare. But why did you do it? And then what did you find was like substantially different besides we were divided by genre and what made it a different experience for
you? What made a difference is that I thought I had a chance. And so the law of averages said that if you build it, they will come. That's what you did. Okay. You built it. We came. We were looking for our niche. Okay. And our means that it's our thing, I was just, I said, this is just another avenue of exposure. So let me just try every avenue that I can. And if I hit as many, it's like you say, you turn on all the burners and then you put the pot on one of them, it's going to get heated. Okay. And I just, try to be everywhere that I can, but I don't want to exhaust my energy by not being able to talk to people. And Soulful Chicago Book Fair allowed me to talk to people and not just hand out 100 flyers, but this is what I do. maybe you can be interested. I'm not asking you to buy a book. I'm just asking you to take my pamphlet, which summarizes all my books. And maybe by these summarizations, you're going to say, oh, wow, this is interesting. Let me buy a book. And that's the thought that hit me those 8 hours that I was there on the first time, that every single person passing, let's say out of every 10 people that were passing by my booth, 3 of them were stopping. That's a big percentage. And I was able to work with that. And I said, this is an avenue exposure for me. I sure hope she does this again.
Yeah.
I'm in, you know.
Man, I'm so happy about that because, and look, I'm so happy you define avaricious, because I was like, I'm going to have her clear that word, because honey, that's another thing we know in Scientology. If you don't understand a word, you're not going to retain anything after it, right? So the fact that you did do that, it made so much more, even more sense to me. I could have looked it up myself, but the greed, it means greed.
It means the most greedy, the most greedy that you could possibly be.
Wow. And then knowing that just makes it a whole like, oh, dag, like to really understand that money over the arching over it, the whole, whoever you're talking about and what that greed is. And so I love it. And that's so fun. And if you look at this picture, this is a picture of you at the first event. Girl.
With slimmer.
Oh, girl, please. You beautiful. Get on out of here. Let me tell y'all something. Just that picture alone, and I'm looking at her tent, and I know the story behind that tent, and the fact that y'all didn't have no tents the day before. Friday, I didn't have any tents. So the fact that you had a tent, it's so much I can say about that experience, but it's great because one thing you're doing is you're smiling, know, and every picture that I have of you, you are smiling, and that is important to me, because that means you're having a good time, and that it's a good experience. And I do need it to be that for you all. So, that makes a world of difference. And so the nonfiction that you do, well, first of all, your website, when they go to your website, what are they going to be able to find?
Everything and anything you want to know about me.
Okay, cool. Okay. And every book, even the
book,
fiction?
Every book. My YouTube outlet, my Facebook Live outlet, my podcasts, any awards that I've gotten, all kinds of book events that I've been. It's got everything. Okay. I'm really crazy about my website because I've been told many times that it's so different for an author. And I go, well, my background, my degree is in marketing. I said, the least I can do is do some stuff for myself, not get emotionally involved. That's for somebody else to do for me. But the stuff that I can do for somebody else and not putting together literally a website, but putting together a website where it makes sense for people to see it. Okay. So, so all 10 of my books are on that website. So
I love that.
And my book trailers are on it too.
Oh, I wish I thought I had it ready right now. Let's watch a book trailer right this second. I might try to pull it up before we leave, but I do want to say thank you so much for believing in the book fair and just taking a step out on faith. Because like I said, if somebody came to the first book fair, you had to have a faith that came from somewhere, because I didn't have any evidence that I could pull this off. And so, go ahead. You could.
I was going to say that you exceeded my expectations. I had an expectation of what I could do, what I could do. But you exceeded my expectation by assisting, and you exacerbated what I could do. Okay. I know what I can do. Just give me the crowd. I know I can do this. I know I have a product. I know I have a point to make as an activist, letting my characters be those activists. But you allowed that avenue of exposure for me. And, it's like, George R.R. Martin always said, there are many paths to the same castle.
True.
Which one am I taking? Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Let me say thank you so much for coming today, Joanne.
Thank you.
Our time is up. I'm like, oh God, thank you.
I wish I could be there. I'm in Mexico this whole month.
But you here with us, baby. Boo, boo, boo. So thank you for being here, even in Mexico. Let it be known I love you and continue to flourish. Peace, guys. Thank you for being here, Mama.
Okay,
All right,
thank
guys. It's that time. I loved having you all, but be back on Tuesday, 7 to 9 for Gathering of the Griots next week. Peace. Have a good one.
We've come to the end of our show today, but you can hear every show in the archive at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. You can also hear today's show on the Female Solution Facebook page. Go to www.facebook.com/the-female-solution. Leave your comments about today's show. You can always reach me on my website at www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com. Watch our TV shows, listen to our radio shows, order our books, and be sure to get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussion. And to our global family listening from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, Sheshe, India, Zanyama, Japan, Arigato, Korea, Kamsamnida, Russia, Spasiba, Germany, Danke, Poland, Jean, France, Merci, Spain, Gracias, Italy, Grazie, Egypt, Shukran, Ghana, Medasi, Nigeria, Eshe, South Africa, Niabonga, Senegal, Jerez, Kenya, Asante, Israel, Toda, Pakistan, Shukriya, Afghanistan, Tashakur, Saudi Arabia, Shukran. Assalam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.